Insight 71. You are the magnificence and wonder of life. No matter what occurs in the outside world, you have the control over yourself. Shine forth. You are inherently divine. It is from God which you came, or if you believe in nature, then from nature it is that you came, from the universe you came. Be yourself, aware of the pleasure and satisfaction that comes from your very existence. So be yourself and aware of the pleasure and satisfaction that comes from your very existence. Often we don't appreciate what we already have. The mind has a tendency to consider the status quo as null or zero, the zero state, nothing. The mind has a tendency to consider what he or she already has or has accomplished as not so significant. And the mind has a tendency also to glamorize or aggrandize, to think very highly of things he or she has not achieved yet, or does not have yet, has not experienced yet. So here I'm reminding you to refresh your mind and to become aware of what you already are right now. You know, when you eat food, often in very, very good restaurants, I haven't been to many good restaurants, but I've seen this on cooking shows, where if you're eating a certain type of food, your tongue is used to that particular flavor you've just eaten, the food that you've just eaten. Now, if you go straight from that to eating another food, because you've already tasted this food, while you're trying to taste the other one, you don't purely taste the other food, because remnants, or what's left over from that food on your tongue and mouth and inside your mouth, will pollute, will alter, will change the flavor of this new food or new dish that you're eating. Like, you may have been eating an appetizer, and if you're going to go for the main dish, now the main dish is going to be, the taste of the main dish will be changed. You won't taste it as it should be, because you're tasting the appetizer in your mouth. It's going to alter, change your experience of the main dish. So what they do, the chefs, is they have some sort of thing, some sort of food even, it could be food, where you take that in between the appetizer and the main dish, and this food cleanses the palate, enabling you to start afresh to taste the new food. When you taste it, your palate, your tongue, your mouth is cleansed to a degree that you can, when you bite into that next dish, you taste it fully without any leftovers from the dish you had before, just a minute ago, right? So, in our daily lives, we're so busy with so many things. The bills, the kids, the accomplishments, and what I have to do here and there, is wash the dishes and wash the clothes and do so many things. We've got so many things going on that are polluting the consciousness, that are having the consciousness engaged in them. So your mind is engaged in this stuff, and it's leaving its impressions of those activities are being impressed on the mind. So much so that when you want to taste, when you want to experience your existence, you can't really appreciate, you can't really taste and experience. You cannot experience your existence, the pleasure of your existence, because your mind is polluted with all this other stuff. So when you sit in an area where it's calm and relaxed, this other stuff is still in your mind. And that's what you are left with. These impressions in your mind of the things that you've got involved in and the things you want to get involved in. And so what I'm telling you is that what you need to do is to cleanse your palate, the palate of your mind. You need to be able to refresh your mind, cleanse it, get rid of the stuff that you're involved in at various points in the day, especially the morning, especially sometime in the day, maybe noontime, especially at night. Right? Why? Because you want to cleanse your mind in the morning so that you can experience purely, as much as possible, purely yourself, being, existing, and tasting the pleasure of it, the magnificence of it. So we're blind. A lot of people are blind to this existence. So many people go through all of their life, or much of their life, without it ever experiencing the pleasure of being. Such a pleasure it is to be, to exist. What does that mean? So take your time and do that. Become familiar, cleanse your mind, just release these thoughts. Eventually they will pass away, these thoughts. They'll die. And take your time to taste, to experience being. Yes. I'll give you the example. This is about Insight 71. Give you the example of a person winning the lottery. This is example F2. Now, have you ever wondered why a person, or many persons, or people like to win the lottery? What's all that about? Well, it's not the money, I tell you that much, but what the money can buy. And what the money can buy is their freedom. You see, so many people are stuck in jobs they hate. They have to do things they don't want to do. Their time is occupied by this job, constantly having to do it and do this and do that, and they can't be themselves. They just want to be themselves. This is a huge aspect of the reason why they want to win the lottery. They just want to live life without being told to do this and that. They just want to be free to live their life. Be themselves. They want to be themselves. So, the money, winning the money allows them the freedom to be themselves. Finally I can be myself. Which is what the birds have. A bird can be himself. I want to be myself. I'll sing and go here, fly to there, and a tree. Pick any tree. He can be himself. And a tree and the bird have not won the lottery. How is it that they can be themselves, but you can't? You man who is so arrogant about how you are better than trees and all plants and all animals. They can be themselves, but you can't? What's going on? Why? Why can't you be yourself?